Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the Marvel Legends series, Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest, Hawkeye with Sky Cycle. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Marvel Legends series, Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest, Hawkeye with Sky Cycle. So, a nice pickup that we actually got at Ollie's. Could not beat the price and had to grab him. I was originally going to get him when he started showing up in Targets. I think a few popped up in GameStop. Hawkeye was always one of my favorite characters, and being his original costume, definitely an homage to the 1983 Hawkeye 4-issue miniseries. I had to pick it up. The Sky Cycle, that was also introduced in the Hawkeye miniseries. I actually, showed up on the cover of number 2 when Hawkeye was chasing down the Silencer, doing some investigation for Cross-Tech. And Silencer wanted to intervene, and that's where you get the cover from with that. So the Sky Cycle is pretty cool. I mean, it's not bad. It's a sweet little 380 mile per hour Skymobile. It has like a maximum ceiling of like 12,000 feet. High efficiency, mini turbine powered snowmobile technically. And yeah, it was modeled after a snowmobile. Hawkeye and his friend George Latham at Cross Technologies Enterprises, they designed it, he built it, and gave it to Clint. And now he's back at it with Mockingbird, trying to investigate some stuff that's going on in the facility. But anyway, neat little backstory about that. But we're going to go ahead and check out the box. So it's got a nice little retro comic look on the front. All white packaging. There's Hawkeye and the Sky Cycle. At the top, you got Avengers, 60 Years of Earth's Mightiest. On the side, Marvel Legends and Hawkeye. On the back, you have the Sky Cycle and a stand. And there's Clint with his bow, his quiver. He comes with an extra pair of hands and an arrow. There's a comic shot of Hawkeye over here. On the bottom, GUPC. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop this open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here. And be a little more easier access. Just pop that lip out. And get this ball rolling. So yeah, like I mentioned, Hawkeye was always one of my favorite characters. I just liked him, He's not a superhero. He's just a damn good archer. He's got amazing reflexes. It's like, I especially love the Ultimate series. A lot of people didn't care for it, but I really did. I mean, how many times can you get locked up and going to be interrogated and you literally break your fingernails off and use them as weapons? I just thought that was totally psychotic and a very cool idea. It was like something I was like appreciated. Let's go ahead and open this little bag and start going over the accessories. Alright, so here's the quiver. You can see all purple. Classic Hawkeye purple. You got a bunch of arrows in there with the, I guess the red feathered ends. There's your peg for the back. He's got a couple of extra hands here. You have a left grip hand and a right fist hand. And these both have hinge pegs at the wrist, so you can bend them in and out. Here's the bow. It's a little large, I think, but I mean, it's definitely classic. It's got this like golden yellow to it, with a black grip on the front. And of course, you got the string here, which is a bit thicker, of course, kind of a cream color. Doing. All right, moving on. I'll go ahead and we'll get to the. I guess we'll get the cycle out first, and then we'll go for Hawkeye last. Cut that. And this is going to be a little kind of windshield for the Sky Cycle. It's really cool. Nice clear translucent plastic. Got some etching on the inside of it, I think. Yeah, it's on the inside. It looks kind of neat. It almost gave me the idea that it was going to be like a shield design around it, but it's actually not, but kind of close to it. Cool. Get through all this mess, and you get the stand here. So we've seen this stand before, especially with the Spider-Man No Way Home Green Goblin. He came with this, so you can like set the glider up onto the top of it. Set it down, and the Sky Cycle will likely just, you know, pop right onto the top. All right, go on to the next section, and we'll actually pop the cycle out. And here it is. Very cool. You see you got your like brown padded seat here. There's your chassis. There's your little twin turbine engines in the back. Got some nice little green paint on the inside there. Come to the front, you got that little grate. There's some clear plastic coming off to pop the windshield onto. There's your handlebars. They do not turn, but it is kind of a flexible plastic, so you can bend it a little bit. You got some blue and red accents on there, you know, probably buttons. You know, a little bit of a kind of a radar almost in the center. Let's go ahead and bring the windshield over and pop that on, just like that. So then we'll come down, get these pieces out, and then you have your bottom, I guess, base plate. You know, you can stand on the edges here, take a peek at the bottom. Very cool. There's a hole in the one, so you can like plug that stand through it. So you take this little lip here, plug that to the front, have that ball joint lined up, and snap it right on into place. And there's that. And we'll take our stand and kind of just shove it on up into there. And there's your Sky Cycle. Got one more accessory here, and that's Hawkeye's single arrow. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. Here it is. You can see it's all silver shaft along with the tip. It's got the red feathers on it, the silver on the back. Looks pretty cool. And now we'll go ahead and pop out the figure. And get all this good stuff out of here. Let's break him out. And there he is. He looks good. Nice and detailed. It's got that matte finish, you know, over the skin color, as well as the blue suit, I guess bodysuit you want to call it, underneath. Purple in the boots, purple in the gauntlets, and the little bicep bands on his mask, you know, down onto the collar here. And of course, he's got this little strap. He's got some soft goods, you know, for this drop piece over his nether regions. Very cool. Looks good. So get a close up of the face. He's got some green eyes. See the H really good on his cowl. And let's check out his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint. You can rotate a full 360. There is a hinge on it to allow him to look down that far and up that far. Great head articulation. He's got butterfly joints at the shoulders. Arms can come up that high. You can do a full 360. He's got bicep rotation. Double jointed pinless elbows. Come down to the hands. They're on a hinge peg. They can do a full 360 and move in and out. He's got ab crunch, that far forward and that far back. There's waist swivel. Now the legs, he can put his leg forward that far and back that far, not far at all for his legs. out to the side that far. He's got thigh rotation, double jointed pinless knees. He's got calf rotation at the bottom of the bodysuit and top of the boots. He's got the nice kind of buccaneer pirate style boots on. And down at the ankle, he's got the hinge peg, allow the foot to go forward that far and up that far. And it's got a side to side pivot. All right, see how he stands. It's a little off center, but he stands good. Pretty solid. He's got some weight to him. First, let's go ahead and gear him up. So with this one, I'm going to go ahead and lose the fist hand right here. And we're going to give him his other grip hand. So we're going to pop that in. Actually, before I do, let's see. These little gauntlets come off. So you can leave them on or take them off if you want. I'm going to pop that back on. We're going to get his quiver. I'm kind of going to do a pose like they have him on the box. So that'll work for me. Get that in. Turn a little to the side. Like that. Go ahead and get his hand around the grip of this bow, like that. And these bicep bands don't want to stay on at all. They keep sliding off. So I'm just gonna give it some force and jam it up on there. There we go. Maybe the same for the other one, just so it doesn't fall down. All right, let's spin that arm, get that out, get that head turn. And that hinge comes into play pretty good right here, so you can kind of bend it around the way you want. I'm gonna have this arm lifted back, and I think I'm gonna have him just kind of pulling an arrow out. So we gotta try to get this gripped kind of good in his hand. So he'll be coming out, you know, just about to load it up. So then we're going to go ahead and put him onto the Sky Cycle. So I think it would be good if they added some pegs onto the Sky Cycle itself, you know, so his feet can sit on there and just plug in. He actually sits on the seat almost perfectly. You know, you don't really need any pegs for the feet, but I think it would still be good to have some. But I still think he should be holding on to something, but this will work. And there we have it. There's your Hawkeye with Sky Cycle. So we're gonna go ahead and throw him up onto the turntable, and then we'll give you some final thoughts. Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments. All right, so here you have it. The Marvel Legends series, Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest 60th Anniversary Hawkeye with Sky Cycle figure and vehicle set from Hasbro. Really cool. This looks great. I love the stand, how it just sits up. You know, it's the first time I'm actually doing like a lifted, you know, final thoughts up off the turntable, so he's kind of in the air, and that's pretty awesome looking. I like the way he sits on the bike itself, or Sky Cycle I should say. It's almost perfect. You know, it's perfect height for his butt to sit on that pad, and his feet, you know, they're on that, I guess, that baseboard, and it works perfectly. The articulation on the figure is pretty fantastic. I really like the hinge in the neck, so you can have his head pointed up or down. You know, you can get him some crazy poses to where he can be like shooting his arrows off in any which way. Overall, great figure. I'm definitely happy to add a classic Hawkeye to my collection. I haven't had one. This is actually my first, and it's great. I don't think there's another that can beat it that's out there. This is perfect. I know there's some, you know, reuse stuff in here, but yeah, overall this one, it just fits the bill, and I'm totally happy with it. So it's going to find a nice spot on my shelf. You know, this is a great figure that they chose to go with, you know, especially the 1983 Hawkeye miniseries. I had that series as a young child, and I vaguely remember it, but I read it later on down the line, and I was just like, he looks cool, you know. I like them things coming off of his mask and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Hawkeye, you know. No superpowers, just a damn good archer, you know. He's a great character in my opinion. You know, I think he deserves more than he gets, and maybe one day we'll see it. But until then, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.